Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi, Rosa. Our Madam Chairwoman is a little under the weather, so I
Oh,
thank you for being here, but she's not going to speak tonight. It's my understanding Commissioner Andrew Cade will host us for the evening.
yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I got my computer. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I didn't have any sound there for a second.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to all.
Happy
All right.
Valentine's Day,
Oh, there.
which means this is going to be a quick meeting,
All
right,
right. All
Commissioner
right.
Cade?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, attorney is here tonight? Or,
Yes, so let me update the commission. We have
uh,
attorney, do I see him on here? He might have had to drop off. Maybe I saw him when I initially came on, so we'll wait for him to rejoin. So, attorney Anthony Bonavita will be, yep, here he is. Okay, second. Attorney Bonavita? So Attorney Bonavita will, from this point forward, will be our licensed commission attorney, and he is present this evening. Attorney Bonavita, I've known, ooh, I'm getting ready to tell my age now, but I've probably known Attorney Bonavita for about 25, 30 years. He's a seasoned attorney. He was formerly the city solicitor of Agawam, and will be serving the license commission from this point forward. Um, I want to publicly thank Attorney Maurice Poe for his service to the city. Um, and I look forward to working with Attorney Bonavita. So, Attorney Bonavita, do you have any kind words for this nice commission?
Well, it's nice to meet everyone. Obviously, I haven't seen everybody yet. It's a little difficult with Zoom to get to a personal level, but I'm happy to join. I'm going to be very accessible. My office is right near the city hall, right above Nadim's, and I can be reached by email, phone, text, however you have to reach me. And obviously, I'll be spending time in City Hall also. So I look forward to doing this. I've represented various parties before liquor commissions, represented liquor commissions previously. So I have experience in this area of licenses and liquor commissions. And I'd be happy to talk to anybody anytime if you want to call me. I'll just give you my number 1413 537 4168. And my email is an old email, but it's been the same for years. It's my name in small caps, Anthony Bonavita, Bona, V as in Victor, ITA, at hotmail.com. And I'm sure the office will have all my information if you need to contact me also. So be happy to work with everybody. We'll get to know each other better as time goes on. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Attorney Bonavita. And if I could just have the commissioners raise their hands on the call, we have Rosa Espinosa, who is the chairperson of the License Commission, and acting in her capacity this evening is Commissioner Andrew Cade. And we also have Peter Signator, who is present on the line, and Maria D. Angela Antonio, who is also a commissioner. And last but not least, our yes man, John Ramirez, who is a commissioner also on this commission. So we welcome you, Attorney Bonavita, and this is a very busy commission, as I'm sure you'll find out, but we look forward to working with you as well.
Thank you.
Okay, Attorney Cade, not
right.
Attorney Cade, Commissioner
Attorney Kate.
Cade. I've I've given you a different name tonight. Um, let's
Okay.
proceed.
Thank you very much. Good evening and welcome. Attorney Bonavita to the License Commission. All right, I call to order the Board of License Commissioners hearing for Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. Madam Chair, Commissioner Espinosa has a very limited voice tonight, but she is present. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the Board of License Commissioners hearing for Wednesday, January 31st. All commissioners have perused the minutes. Any corrections, additions, modifications?
No.
Okay. So I make a motion to approve the minutes of Wednesday, January 31st. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I
Okay,
believe it's the 24th, though, just as a point of clarification.
it was January 24th?
Right.
Yes,
Okay, sorry.
that's okay.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes of Wednesday, January 24th. Do I hear a
Second.
second?
Second.
Commissioner signature,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Perez, Ramirez, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I got a new
Commissioner,
name, so I'll just yes.
I'm giving out new names tonight, so be wary.
Commissioner Espinosa.
Wasn't here for that meeting.
Okay, okay, you abstain. And Commissioner Kate, yes. All right. Okay, the second item on the agenda is continued new petitions. New petitions. Petition for a new annual all alcoholic beverage restaurant license for Las Cangres Food Truck Incorporated, DBA Las Cangres Bar and Restaurant located at 1373 Main Street, Delarius Torales, Cologne, manager of record. Anyone here? I see Las Cangres is here.
Yes,
Good evening.
good evening.
All right. So, can you tell us about your new alcoholic beverage restaurant license that you are here for?
So we were Las Cangres food truck. We are in business for 4 years. So we're going to open a new restaurant at 1373 Main Street, Springfield. Uh, the hours going to be we're going to open every day at 11 a.m. We're going to close at 10, except for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday that we're planning to close at 12 a.m. I'm going to be the front of the house manager too, and I was been for 7 years tip certificate. So I work in Boston. I was manager in Boston, the in a front of house too. So I have the experience.
Okay. Anything else? That's it? Okay. A couple of questions for you. So, you live here in Springfield locally?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, how many hours do you plan to work at the establishment, at the truck,
I'm sorry,
food
can you?
truck? How many hours do you expect to work at the food truck in total?
In the food truck,
Drunk.
we only planning to open the food truck again for 2 or 3 days, probably on Thursday through Saturday, just a few hours, 12 to 5.
So, and also the bar and restaurant as well?
The
Or is your,
restaurant will be open every day, 7 days a week.
okay, and how many hours are you going to put in here?
Um, we're going to open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, yes, until 12 a.m. I'm planning to work at the restaurant 40 hours, but I'm going to have a assistant manager too that going to be tip certificate to work in the restaurant.
Okay, so you're saying basically if you're not there, your assistant will be there, but
Yes,
you know that you're totally responsible for anything that happens.
yes.
Okay. Um, have you ever been a manager of record before?
On Boston, in a restaurant in Boston.
Oh, okay. All right. And as a manager of record, are you will be responsible for any incidents that happen. You already know that. Okay. How many staff people? You might have indicated that, but how many staff people will be working?
So we're going to expect to have now 4 to 5 people in total from and back of house. We're going to do a very soft opening when we open, and after that, when we're running everything okay. So at the grand opening, we're planning to get more people. We hire more people.
We're gonna anticipate on it. So how many people actually are gonna serve alcohol now?
At the moment, we're going to have 2 or 3 people. For the people, the requirement for hire need to be tip certificate. If they don't have it, they need to be done the certification before they start the job.
Okay, so you do know that once you start, you must be tip certified.
Yeah.
Okay, you do know that. All right. Any other commissioners have any questions, comments?
I attended the planning board hearing and they were unanimously approved by the planning board. And we do have an email from, I don't see it in the packet, but there's an email from Armory Quadrangle Civic Association giving their support as well.
What will be the capacity of your restaurant?
The capacity is going to be 90 people.
And will you have would it be a bar set up in there as well, or just tables?
So at the bar, there are only 10 seats. So we set up already the bar is only 10 seats, and the other rooms are dining room with tables, and it's kind of a family dining room. Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have.
This is the location of the Shaking Crab, right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right across the street here.
Any other questions, comments?
I have a quick question. So you guys
Sure.
are prepared, you've done the renovations and you're prepared to open once you're approved. Is that correct?
We're going to open. We have a good menu of mocktails, so we don't planning to wait until we get the alcohol license to open. So we're going to open before that.
Yeah, but your physical plant is built out. So you're all set to go in and have patrons, correct?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
correct.
very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other comments? With that, then I make a motion to approve the petition for a new annual all alcoholic beverage restaurant license for Las Kendras Food Truck Incorporated DBA, Las Kendras Bar and Restaurant located at 1373 Main Street, Delarius Torrales Colon, manager of record. Do I hear a second?
With a midnight closing.
With a midnight closing of to 12 a.m.
Second.
All right. Commissioner Espinosa? Okay, yes, okay. Uh, all right, Commissioner Signature,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner K, yes. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All
good
right.
luck.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, our next item is under the informational hearings, the Boston Road Auto Mall, located at 722 Boston Road, Miguel Betancourt, new manager of record, new manager owned buy here, pay here, car dealer, prior complaint. This is a prior complaint that we had. Anyone here representing the Boston Road Auto Mall? No one here?
Okay,
Sure.
so I don't see anyone present, but I will just to refresh the recollection of the commissioners. This was the license in which I expressed concern as a result of Mr. Betancourt's prior ownership of a car dealership. I will tell you that I did speak to him after our last commission hearing and communicated to him my concerns. And while we don't run records traditionally, we do come across places or people who have been in the media or there's prior knowledge of some concerns within a licensee or a licensed establishment. And as I shared with the commission before, there was a prior conviction that closely related to his car dealership ownership. So I'm not sure why he's not here tonight, but my suggestion would be um, that the license commission or the licensing department do not approve a license for Mr. Betancourt for the Boston Road Auto Mall, given the prior history.
So this is not a complaint about Boston Road Mall. This is approval or disapproval of his application to be a licensee. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh,
Okay.
That's correct. And I believe in the prior packet, I had one of the paralegals include information from the Department of Justice that
yes.
gave a synopsis of kind of what the charges were and you know the time that was served as a result of his actions.
Is the current application for the business called Boston Road Auto Mall?
Yes.
Okay. I make a motion to deny the application for a new Class 2 car dealer license for Boston Road Auto Mall to Mr. Miguel Betancourt.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second,
Okay, Commissioner Espinosa? Okay, Commissioner Signator?
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Cade, yes.
Okay, and I just ask that denial be without prejudice in the event that Mr. Betancourt wants to appear at a further date to further explain to the commission why he should be awarded a license.
Okay,
Excellent.
thanks. Next item is United Auto located at 874 Berkshire Avenue, Joseph Niagara, manager of record complaint. Mr. Niagara, you're here, but you're muted right now. You're muted. You're muted.
He's fixing it.
You're muted.
I had a hard time. Oh, there he goes. All right.
Okay, there
all
you
set.
go.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me
good
now?
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
yes.
hear you now.
You know.
Okay.
Yes.
In regards to your complaint, has anything been resolved?
Yes. I reached out to Marcella Jones when I got back. I told you I was going to be away on vacation. On Before I went, I reached out to her. I gave her a day to. She was upset on Wednesday. I reached out to her Friday. She got back to me Tuesday. We met. We came to an agreement. I told her I would get. I could not get the van. She brought the van over. I could not get the van to have the light on. I tried. We let it run for 3 hours. We let it run. We let it run. It could have been because she had to jump the van. Maybe it takes longer. I don't know. It didn't matter. I did observe that there was 3,200 miles put on the van. So that's just something I wanted to let you know. But we did agree. We talked. We sat. We hugged each other. It was okay. I told her I would get her the catalytic converter, which I did. When I got back, I got it delivered to her mechanic, which was Frankie's. I don't know the address on State Street. It was delivered today. I gave her a copy of the receipt. It was $723.02. He received it. He gave me a quote of $280. I said that was, well, I told Marcella that was okay. I was at the auction all day today. That's why Wednesdays are super hard for me to do this, but I'm here again. And he's supposed to repair it. I would think he did it today or tomorrow. I'm going to pay the $280. She was satisfied. And I guess that should take care of everything.
Okay, well, thank you very much for giving us that information. She's not here, right?
Do
I
we
don't
have
think
any notice of her withdrawing this
she
complaint?
does. Yeah.
We do not. My suggestion to the commission would be to continue this to our next commission hearing to have her appear. Mr. Nigro, and I
Nigro.
butcher
Yeah,
your name all the
that's
time, and I
okay. That's
apologize.
okay. No big deal.
You won't need to appear so
Thank you.
long as we're able to touch base with her and
Okay.
she communicates similar sentiments as you.
Okay, she told me today, we were texting back. She says, "Don't forget our meeting tonight." I said, "Okay." I mean, it was nothing, everything was fine. So I don't know why. Maybe something happened. I hope not, but maybe something happened or
Okay, very
yeah.
good. And I'll have one of my paralegals reach out to you after we've touched base with her.
Okay,
And, if it's, consistent with what you're saying, then you won't have to appear again. But
okay.
I would ask the commission to continue this matter until the next hearing.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Yeah,
I'd like to
thank you.
continue this item, United Auto Sales, until our next meeting. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Commissioner Espinosa? Okay. Commissioner Signature?
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Kate, yes. Okay, so this will be continued. Next item
Okay.
is the pre-hearing conference.
And
Mojito.
I'm sorry, Mr. Commissioner, I just
Sure.
want to get a date. So
February 28th?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
February 28th. Okay.
And I'm
Very,
all set.
yes,
Yeah.
you are. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I'm sorry about all this. Have a great rest of your Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Mojito Bar and Restaurant located at 497 Belmont Avenue. Jamie Ramiro, Cedito, manager of record. Incident that happened on 12/28/23, 1/4/24, and 1/10/24. And the
Yes.
manager of record.
Mr. Chair, we're going to ask that this be continued until February 28th. The attorney on record is Attorney Daniel Kelly, and he could
Uh-huh.
not appear this evening. So we're
Okay.
asking that it go to February 28th,
February 28th. Okay.
please.
All right. I'd like to continue this item until February 28th. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Espinosa? Okay. Commissioner Signature?
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
And Commissioner Kate, yes. All right. That takes us down to old business. Republica Hookah Lounge Bar LLC, doing business as Republica Hookah Lounge at 762 Boston Road. Charlie Mello Perez, manager of record, revisit approval of license late renewal hearing for 12/27/23.
Okay, and
Anyone
I'll
here?
just,
Okay.
yeah, so by way of background, this was a licensee that was approved by the commission previously. However, after the approval, when the butters were notified, the owner of this particular property came into my office and reported that he had not entered into a lease with this particular individual. Um, and that his son had done so without his consent. As a result of that, I asked that this be put back on to revisit the local approval for this particular license. And I am not sure. I see someone named Charlie who is on. I did speak to his lawyer earlier today. And are they present?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. An attorney. Well, who's your attorney? I forgot his name.
Tim Kofilla, I think he's the one on the phone.
Okay, yeah, and he did say he was gonna enter by way of phone, but I do not see, uh, the owner of the property here. So attorney, I'm sorry, Kofella,
Muted.
are you are you with us?
He's muted.
Okay, I've asked him to unmute. He's still muted. See if I can.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was having a problem unmuting.
that's okay. That's all right. So could you hear the synopsis I gave with respect to kind of the status of where we're at in terms of Republica Hookah?
Yes, I did, Madam Commissioner.
Okay, all right, well, I've been elevated. I told you everybody's name is different tonight. I'm a commissioner tonight. I love it. I love it. So why don't you give us your backdrop in terms of procedural history of the matters the matter that's pending before the court?
Yes. So I'm fairly new to the situation. I did not represent Republica Hookah in their initial licensing. I believe that was Attorney Dan Kelly. However, I am representing them currently, and there is a summary process case that has been brought against them by Fahad LLC in the district court. We have filed a counterclaim to that suit, and it's pending. In fact, we have motions scheduled for tomorrow before the court. I did speak with my client today. He does not have a fully signed copy of the lease. However, he does believe that the landlord does, and that the only way we're going to be able to get that is through discovery in the district court case. So unfortunately, I don't have a signed lease to present to you today, but I do expect that through the discovery process, we're going to be requesting and hopefully receiving that.
Okay, all right, very good. And as I pointed out to you on the phone, attorney, that the father's representation, the father who is the actual landlord and owner of the property, has communicated to my office that in fact there is no signed lease, that in fact his son, who I believe is friends with your client, entered into some sort of agreement. It's clear. However, it begs the question, which I think, again, is a legal issue, is whether or not he had the authority to lease this property to your client. So I think really that's the crux of the issue. And what I'm told is that there was never an executed lease. Now, what I will say is that I'm not sure how this got through my office because normally the expectation is that someone, when they submit their application for a license, that they come through with a signed lease. So I don't know what was communicated at that point, but what is clear, at least determined at this time, is that there wasn't a fully executed lease, especially by the landowner. So it sounds like he's going through eviction court and that you guys have counterclaims. And, that is, I understand that that will take some time. However, I would say to the commission that until such time that these issues have been resolved and whether or not there is, if in fact the client, if in fact this proposed licensee has custody and control over the premises, remains in limbo. And as such, I would suggest that it's likely appropriate to table this until the conclusion of the matter before court, or in the alternative, to stay the previous approval, until such time that that issue can be resolved.
I completely understand, and that will also give us a chance to work through this in the district court case to do discovery, potentially take depositions, and but I understand, and my client does as well.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
thank you
you.
very much. So do we continue this to the 28th or beyond that?
I think it might make sense to continue it beyond that. I don't anticipate that this will be done in 2 weeks. Attorney, and I might be butchering your name, Kafilla. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, yes,
Okay, and
you
how do you
are.
spell that?
It's K-O-T as in Tom, F as in Frank, I-L-A.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So what would be a suggested date that you come back before the commission in terms of
I
time?
think it would make sense. I would say 45 to 60 days. I think that would give us enough time to conduct the discovery and get some more information.
Okay, very good. So if I look at a calendar,
April 24th.
April
Yeah,
24th.
April
Okay.
24th. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to extend this petition. For
Excuse
license.
me, Mr. Chairman, can I just,
Yes. Sure.
I received some information late today.
Yes.
Did everybody else receive that too about, I think it was with this particular license, but I'm not.
Yes.
It was
Unlicensed
with
work.
this. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just
Are
want to
you
make sure.
speaking in terms of the pictures, Attorney
Yes, the
Bonavita?
pictures in the building department.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Just
So
want to be clear.
okay.
Yeah.
I make a motion that we continue this petition for Republica Hookah Lounge Bar LLC, doing business as Republica Hookah Lounge at 762 Boston Road till April 24th. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Espinosa. Okay. Commissioner Signator.
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Yes.
And Commissioner Kate, yes. Thank you very much. The next item
Thank
is a
you.
petition. The next item is a petition for a new annual wines and malt restaurant license for Blaze Restaurant Incorporated, doing business as Island Blaze Restaurant located at 708 Main Street, Geismore. Wilson, manager of record, failed to notify abutters.
Yes. So this is another license where they filed a petition. It was approved. However, I believe there was a representation that abutters were notified. However, they weren't. So even more importantly, or above and beyond that, it's my understanding that this was that they have never opened. This was actually late renewal because it's my understanding that they had a license previous. So I think they're pretty much in the same posture as Rose Entertainment. And as we know, we don't want another one of those, right? So if people aren't ready to open, um, and again, I can't remember when his
So
license was given.
Blaze are we talking about Blaze on Main Street?
We are, yeah.
Didn't they apply for a new license 2 weeks ago?
I don't know if it's new. I think it's a late renewal because I think they had a
No.
previous. Well, let me say this. Let me go
I
back.
think this was a new license
Okay,
application
let's
we
go
heard
back.
2 weeks ago.
They applied for a common vic license
Oh,
last year and
oh,
was given that.
oh,
But they have not opened up,
no.
you know. So again, we don't, having learned from previous experience, we don't want is to award licenses where people are not prepared to open up, right? They've got a lot of physical plant issues that have to be resolved. But with notwithstanding that, and that's just by way of background, this Attorney Kelly represents them as well and has asked for a continuance until our next date. But I just wanted to give you some background in terms of Blaze, that they have not yet opened. And it's my understanding that they are not quite in a position to open, which
I think they
begs the
told us
question.
August,
I'm
didn't they?
sorry?
I think they told us August. It was
Okay.
it was several months away. I was surprised.
Yeah, so we might wanna wait or table it until August, but my suggestion would be to put it on the agenda for next time and have them appear when Attorney Kelly is here, and he can probably better explain.
Okay. So I make a motion to continue this until February 28th. This petition for a new annual wines and malt restaurant license for Blaze Restaurant Incorporated, DBA Island Blaze Restaurant, located at 708 Main Street. Geismore Wilson, manager of record.
Second.
All right. Commissioner Espinosa. Okay. Commissioner Signator.
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio.
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez.
Yes.
And Commissioner Kate, yes. Okay, the next item is a petition for a change of manager, change of
And,
officers.
Commissioner K,
Sure.
I will save you, the reading of it. This is another matter that will be
Okay.
continued. It is also in the hands of Attorney Dan Kelly,
Yep.
who's unable to appear tonight, so I would just ask that that matter be continued until February 28th.
Okay, so I make a motion to extend petition for a change of manager, change of officers, LLC managers until February 28th for our next meeting.
Second,
All right. Commissioner Signator,
yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner Cade, yes. All right, the next item is discussion regarding common vic tax failures.
Okay, so it won't take us long to deal with that. So, there were a number of tax failures for common vicular. And just to update the commission and with your permission, what we're gonna do is we're gonna send out cease and desist, to those tax failures. We did for a number of, common vicular, but we still have some remaining, but we're gonna send those out. And Barry, I will tell you, you are magic. As soon as you go to these establishments, somehow they miraculously appear in our office to get their common vic license. But we do have some stragglers, and so we're gonna continue that effort in terms of getting people in to renew. So
They were lined up here in the collector's office as soon as the order
yes,
started.
we
Like, what is
love to
going
see it.
on? And then Nicole called and said, "Oh, by the way, Barry's out serving cease and desist orders." I thought, that's what happened.
It's
All right,
magic.
Magic.
It's
magic.
magic.
Okay,
Okay,
next
so I
item.
think that's all with that matter, and then we'll move on, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. The next item is administrative review of incidents reports. Level 5 restaurant incident of 1/21/24. Has everyone reviewed that incident?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then I make a motion for no action.
Second,
Okay, Commissioner Espinosa, Commissioner Signator,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner K, yes. Okay, Dewey's Jazz Lounge. Do we need any conversation around this incident?
No.
My only concern is the guy's still in the building. Is he going to do this again?
And he can just walk down the stairs and he's in Dewey's? That's
Yeah.
bizarre.
Mhm.
And then his
Yeah,
apartment is
it's
connected to
it's
Dewey's?
it's not an ideal situation. I do believe though, and it was a minute since I read this report, but they did trespass him. So
Yes.
he shouldn't be in Dewey's, but yeah, I share your concern. I mean, he's still there. Um, so hopefully there's not another tirade, where he feels like he's gotta come downstairs and, you know, because then he'd be subject to arrest at that point, so.
Okay, so no action?
Second,
Oh, okay, Commissioner Espinosa, Commissioner Signator,
yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
and Commissioner K, yes.
Mhm.
Are there any other comments before
I
the?
have one, and I'm gonna bring this up, although it's not on the agenda, it just was recently learned today, so I didn't, there wasn't reasonable notice to contemplate that, this could have been on an agenda. But Palette, I spoke to the owner of Palette this afternoon because there is another restaurant in there, and it's La Taqueria. Um, and they currently don't have any licenses. So they don't have an alcohol license, common vicular license. And in speaking to the owner of Pallet, he thought that because he renewed his license, that they could come there and be able to sell alcohol, they being La Taqueria. So
Wow.
I informed him today that they don't have any permits before the city and that I'll be issuing a cease and desist for them tomorrow because they should not be operating at all. There was no transfer of license. There was no application for a new license. and Pilate really can't, you know, transfer it himself and say, okay, well, they can use it and they can, they can have use of the restaurant. So
Wow.
that's where we're at with respect to that. But I did want to let the commissioners know because, again, I mean, I couldn't reasonably contemplate that that was going to be an issue before the commission, but I think it's important to note because I will be reaching out to Barry tomorrow to issue a cease and desist until such time that they come before the commission and are further approved by the ABCC to operate.
So that will be a transfer of Pilates license to this La Taqueria?
Well, I think the challenge is, Peter, is that Pilate, if I understood him correctly today, wants to keep his license and he wants to transfer his license.
Somewhere else.
Um,
He wants to move his somewhere else?
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, he wants to move his somewhere correct, but somewhere else. But I mean, as we know, right? Then you can't give it to La Taqueria and say, okay, go ahead, you operate until such time that I move it. And it's Las Taquerias. I looked up today. Well, actually, with the help of my trusted paralegals, Nicole LeBlanc, actually looked it up, and it appears that you know, this place is incorporated. I mean, they have a legal business in the state of Massachusetts. However, they don't have any licenses. And I think this first came to our attention or it became a question because the health department called and said, okay, we went there to check it out, but all their licenses say Pilate. I mean, there's nothing in there that says Las Taquerias, and that's the entity they thought they were coming to inspect. So again, I've communicated with the owner of Pilates that in fact you can't. That's not the way to transfer a license, right? That in fact they don't have permission to even have a restaurant at this point. At least, well, I shouldn't say that. What I should say is that they don't have permission or approval to have a common vicular license, and they should not be operating it as such. And the whole liquor issue is a whole nother thing because they shouldn't have any liquor in there because they don't have a liquor license. So I'll be working on that tomorrow. And Barry, are you working tomorrow?
I am.
He
Okay.
was.
Huh?
He was working tomorrow. I think he's
Oh,
gonna
now
take it
he's
off
not,
now.
right? 'Cause I've got some work for him to do. He's not gonna come in, but we're gonna ask Barry to deliver that cease and desist at some point tomorrow. But they are on notice that in fact they should not. You can't do that. So that's it.
Okay, Attorney Days, thank you for your guidance. And Madam Chair, we hope you feel much better.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I make a motion that we adjourn our hearing license hearing tonight for 6:13 p.m. Do I hear a second?
second?
Commissioner Espinosa, Commissioner Signator,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo Antonio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner K. Yes. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you next week.